Morning, everybody. I'm going to do a video today. And what I intend to show you is how what we created yesterday. So, yesterday I did a long video, and some of my ladies really enjoyed watching, on how to create all these different beautiful um, foiled images. But now it's nice enough to create all these images, but what are we going to do with them? So what I have decided to do is get some black card, which I already cut, so that I can use on 5x7 cards and on DL cards, and using some die cutting and maybe some foiling, more foiling, I'm going to turn them into cards. And that's the video today, making at least 6 cards with the pieces that we did yesterday. Now, all my ladies will tell you I run with my brain runs ahead of me, and I'm not going to be doing them and then come and show you what I did and show you how I did it. I'm going to do it while I'm here with you, because I think in that way you can see that it's open for you to create whatever it is that takes your fancy. So for the first one, I'm going to use my Big Shot, because I thought, you know what, we can make these cards simple. Can't use the word easy, ladies, but simple. However, it doesn't mean we can't use the tools we have. We all have embossing folders. So the first thing I thought of doing, and I can't use that one if I'm going to use the big embossing folders, so let's find some smaller ones maybe. I'm going to pass them through my die cutting machine. Now you will hear it. I'm going to do them quickly through the other one because they won't fit in the Big Shot. I just realized they're 8x8, so they're quite big. And by the way, if you do like the video, please do leave thumbs up, subscribe. I've got something really interesting coming up because I created a design, and I will be releasing the files for anybody who would want to buy them, but I will do a video after this to show you what you can do, and with a couple of files, some toner foil, and you can do something quite interesting as a background. It will be 8x8 size. So, okay, let's get going with this one. I'm going to see how I'm going to place this into my... Now, even this wouldn't be... Well, it can be. If I put it like that, that's going to be okay. I'm going to foil, not foil, sorry. I do use these for foiling as well. I'm going to just pass that through my die cutting machine. We'll see how they come out. So, just pass it through. It only takes about 18 seconds, so you'll be all right. It's snowing here today in Northampton, UK, and I've just been out, but I decided I'm going to do this video for you. And here we go. That is nicely done. You see how nice and crisp that is? So that's going to be one for my first one. You know what? They're not going to go to the same person. I'll use a different one. I was going to say, if I do two the same, nobody's going to know. Apart from you, of course, watching the video. I'm going to place that one there. I didn't need anything. It's the same usual slice. The only thing I didn't do, because the folder is a bit thicker than dies, I left platform B out. And I'm using the eBosser. because the black is the same on either side, I don't worry about which bit is going to be embossed and which bit is going to be debossed. That's the debossed part, and this is the beautiful embossed part. Now, if you like to give that some more, make it look a little bit more or obvious, what you can do is one of those inks that we all have that you can just rub gently off with your finger. And I might do one of them as well to show you what it is that you can actually achieve. This is another one. This was a tattered lace one. There we go. And I'm going to do the third one. I've got another one. And I think they do come a little bit nicer than if you left it as just a piece of card. The reason for it, I'm not covering them all with foiling. So you see how I'm going to do it, because my foiling plates are a lot smaller. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. And I'll do different things. I won't just put a plate of square foiling on, because I don't think that looks nice. I'll show you. While I'm playing with this, my brain is thinking, what are we going to do next? So we'll see. So those are the three I did. Now I'm going to do a couple more. Or I could use the same folders, that doesn't matter. For the smaller pieces, I've got the 5x7 pieces. Okay? I'm going to do them one at a time, and then I'll be finished with that. That's going to go there. You decide where you want it. I'll just pass these three quickly. It's not going to take that long. And then we'll get going. Another one. Let's have a look. I like the reveal to see how they turned out. There it goes. And again, that is absolutely brilliant. And I'm not using an embossing folder. I'm not wetting the paper. They really turned out nice. So sometimes you need to wet your paper. Other times you may need to put an embossing folder. But it happened that the way I've just put that slice together, that sandwich together, has worked perfect for this paper and for these embossing folders. Well, that's going through. This embossing folder is by Tattered Lace. I think they all are. And that's by Tattered Lace as well. So I had them quite a while. And every now and then I'll go back to them. These, I'm sure, I had some stamps and other things to go with them, which you can then cut. So you can cut the bird, stamp it, color it, cut it, and then you can stick it on top of where the bird is, and you'll have color in that way. But that's not what I'm teaching today. Any more? Or have I done them all? There's one more. Let's do it leaves on this one, and I'm going to put it a little bit at an angle, just so that it will be different to the others. And once that's done, we'll start working on assembling some cards. And here we go. So that's the last one. I can put this, let me switch it off, and I can put them away. Because I'm not embossing anymore. So that's my last one. Look how beautiful that turned out. So let's put all these away. We don't need them anymore. these go in there, because otherwise I'll end up with loads to take out later. Now, I'm going to start with, well, it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to start with that one. Now, what I really like to do is what I call thank you cards. I put thank you on them. And the reason for it, now I've got a lovely big thank you, like this happy birthday look, which I can foil. I've got a thank you one, but I've used it so many times, I now don't know where I've put it. And if I don't find it in the next 24 hours, I've got a feeling I'm going to buy another one. I really, really like using it. So, we have these pieces from yesterday, but if you look at them, if I put that there, it's a little bit too small. I know, I can put happy birthday there. And that would make a nice, simple, easy card. But that's not what I'm after. So let's have a look and see what we can do. So firstly, I'm going to place this onto my card. Make sure that the birds and everything is in the right direction for my card to open correctly. Now I can stick that, giving me a very fine white border all the way around. When I cut it just a centimeter smaller, which will be just less than a half centimeter on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stick that to my card. That's my first bit. There's no plan. I'm just going to do these to show you that if you sit there, especially, on Sundays, we do a chit-chat class. I might do one where I say, right, all the foiling you did this week, we're going to sit down and we're all going to create our own little cards and then enjoy showing each one how we did it. I tend to use wet glue because it's a little bit giving. So when I come to stick it on my card, I can look and see that it's giving the right amount of frame all the way around. So that's my first. Now, I'm going to use one of my designs, my paper. And if it's going to be that one, I'm not going to stick it like that because that, again, will not do for me. So what I'm going to do, I can either use a die and cut with a little bit of a different edge. So that might be my first one. I'm going to do it slightly smaller. And again, these are tattered lace. I'm going to place it there because I want to get as much as I can. Now, you say to me, you're going to waste that bit. If you wanted it that long, you can do what we call partial die cutting. So let me show you how that works. Okay, I think it's interesting because even if you get one thing out of this video, for me, I'll be happy that somebody learned something, a technique, something they can take and use themselves. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to do a little bit of tape right at the top of my die. Another thing you could use, ladies and gentlemen, because this is open to everyone, I bought some press and stretch and press, whatever it's called, and you can use it. Most of my ladies, because I bought it, they quickly went and bought it too. As soon as I say something, they're quickly on to the website where I got mine from, and you see them. They all go and they want what I have, which is quite funny sometimes, but I do appreciate because they love what I show them. So, what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to use my Big Shot, okay? I'm going to place it so that halfway through my blade there, it only cuts to here where my plate is. I don't want it to cut all the way down. So when I go through, you'll see what I mean because it comes in camera. Let's stop there a second. See my camera? On my camera, you can see I stopped my plate to there. So that's going to cut that bit, that, and that, leaving this bit uncut. And I did that on purpose. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that a bit. And at the end, if something goes wrong, it's only a piece of foiled paper that I foiled. It's not an expensive mistake. It's a learning curve. Now, I'm going to turn this round. So that's been cut, but only halfway through. Okay? So now I'm going to take that off. And that off. And I'm going to move this to match my design. If it doesn't match perfectly, it's not gonna, nobody's gonna notice. I'm gonna place it there. Look, it looks quite in place. And again, I'm gonna put that there, put a bit of tape down here, but I'm not gonna go all the way down. So again, when I put my plate, I'm gonna put it on, but I'm gonna go down just to where my piece was cut. So I've cut two up here in the previous round. So I'm just going to go down just a tinty less. Oh, sorry, more. So I'm going to go through with that part. Now that enabled me to cut out my design as big as my plate, which was already initially small. So I took as much as I could out of that piece. Okay, and as you can see, I've got a tiny bit there that got stuck. So I didn't put it 100%, but you know, nothing, little scissors. Can't just sort out. And nobody's gonna know. I mean, you would know because I'm showing you on the video. But once I give it to somebody saying thank you for whatever reason, they're not gonna know that that should have been, they say, oh, that's lovely. And it will be. So that's being done. Now that's, I don't need, I'm gonna throw them away. And I'm gonna put my die with my die. Now, my next step is, I'm gonna place that there, like so. And I want it to be up a little, okay? Now, if you remember, I only used that one. So if you want, you can use the bigger one and have another white layer. But I'm gonna leave it like so. These are gonna be made simple cards. And I'm gonna get some of my double-sided foam pads. I'm going to put some double-sided foam pads. I've got bigger ones. Let's find some bigger ones, because it will take forever to do those. I'm going to place them there. And this is just so that we make use of the ones we did in yesterday's videos. Because otherwise you'll end up with so many pieces of foiling, so you enjoy doing it, but then if you don't use them, what's the point? So I'm showing you what you can do with them. I love making these. I love putting a nice sentiment on, like thank you, smile. And if I am on my errands or I go somewhere, somebody is very helpful, I tend to then give them a thank you card. Okay? So I've got a small thank you there, which I can put down here. Now I still don't like very, very simple cards like that. So another thing you could do is I brought out some flowers that I had that I haven't used for ages. And these were all cut at one point so that when I need some, I don't have to go and cut them all there and then. Okay, I've got different colors. So what you can do, if you wanted to, you could say, right, I'm going to put 3 different flowers here. That's one. Let's see what else we got. I got a smaller one here. Just get one out. I tend to leave them like this, ready for when I need to use some. Ready-made flowers. They have been embossed, cut and embossed. Look how beautiful they are. Something like that. I can just put a couple of flowers there and maybe a smaller one. And if you have on there, I mean, that was perfect up at the top. I had a couple of places where it's slightly overfull, so nothing stops me just putting them on there, like so. And just say, you know what, they're going to be my three little flowers. You could have them all the same type of flowers. Let's see what suits best. And we can get some leaves in if you like, but you keep it as simple or as complicated as you like. We've got leaves that are there already. If you did something like so, what you could do if you wanted to, you just take the, for instance, the blue one and just put another one on top of it, just so that you got different heights. Now I'm going to do it like that. And then I might want to have thank you right at the bottom down there. So yes, it is simple, but it's quite effective. And rest assured, if you go to a restaurant, if you go to the hospital for an appointment, and you just say thank you, and inside you put thank you for doing a great job, thank you for being helpful. I'm sure nobody's going to say, "Ooh, she only did an easy card for me." They're going to say, "Oh my God, I never expected that." And that is something I personally like to do. It was an idea that I got from a lady who did a lot of simple, easy cards in America. And somebody asked her, "Why do you do them like that? So easy and simple." And she said, "Because I keep them in my handbag, ready to give to someone when the need arises." I'm just going to put one in the middle there. And I went a little bit off the paper. And I'm going to do that one there. And again, I'm going to go a little bit out of the paper, but don't go outside the card because you want it to fit in your envelope. And sometimes when I see some demonstrations and they do them really big, I say, yeah, and now you have to do either make your own envelope or, boy, you're going to have to make a box. That goes there. And if you want that to come up a little, I'm going to do it again. So it will be a little bit higher as well. You know what? Even if I do it like that, look. Now all I need is a little gem in the middle of them. And there you go. You've got the first card made with that foil we created yesterday. Nothing spectacular, but I think it's a nice little card. I quite like it. I could easily give it to someone and say, I've made that for you. I would not mind that. So that's my first one. We'll have a look at them at the end when we finish. I'm going to do another one. And this time I'm dying to try and see how these ones would vary. The long DL one. Now for this DL one, I'm going to do slightly different. And in fact, instead of 3, I'll be able to make 4 cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these dice. These are from Spellbinders. I had them years and years. I got loads of them, look. I even got double of some of them. And they are good. You can still find them here and there. I don't know whether Spellbinders still do them, but you can still find them. And I had loads. When I tell you I have loads, look. There you go. I've got all about 4 sets, and I'm sure I've got other packs of them. Now, what I like to do with these is decide on the edge. So you've got one that gives you an edge, and it cuts it out from your design. I can set it like that, and it's going to cut out of the black one. And then from the same design, you might want to have a little bit of a frill. So you place that over there. How would you know it's not going to cut them in both places? When you look at these, this is an edge because it's got the line that goes all around all of it. If you look at this one, it's got cuts, but it hasn't got one whole line. So this cuts into the card, whereas this will cut it out of the card. So let's have a look and start working with some of these. I'm going to use several, because I love these. I'm going to use some of them. And I'm sure, especially my ladies, I've got a few ladies in my groups. I do lessons for those who don't know. And my ladies, they tell me, oh, yes, we have that. And I go, do you use it much? No, it's still in its package. I've not even taken it out to see how it works. So I made it my business that when I teach people to do things, I'm going to get them to use the things that they have that they never make use of. I'm going to place that straight. Now, if you wanted to stop straight there, because you wouldn't want these to move, let's guess what I told everybody I have and everybody ran to buy. I got them in Amazon, and it's press and seal. That's what it's called. I saw it. I saw a lady using it in America. So I'm going to cut a piece. This is very long and it lasts. If you don't, chuck it in the bin like I sometimes do, because you can reuse it. Also, you need to be careful on the type of paper you're using, because sometimes it can stick to the paper. Most of the time it doesn't. I use it in the same way as I do with tape, which means I try to put it places now where it holds my die in place more than my paper, if it's something I don't want to get stuck. Now I'm going to place that there, okay? I can have it straight, or I can have it a little bit at an angle. You know what? I feel daring, so I'm going to have it at an angle from one side to the other. Can you see those notches? I'll put them on either side. And I'm going to put a couple of pieces in a minute, a couple of pieces to hold it in place for me. I just got 2 small pieces there. So let's have a look and see how this is going to fare out. Now I need to do this one. And again, I'm going to need to do it so that my angle goes the same way, like so. Okay? So I'm going to do that like that. Now that I've placed it, let's see, because I couldn't see. I put it at an angle. So now I'm going to place that there. That holds it there. And I'm going to do the other piece to hold it there. Okay? And I'm going to cut them. So let's get our plate. And I'm going to cut those through. And that's done. Okay, let's have a look and see what happened there. Over the paper, take it slowly and gently because you don't want to tear your paper. That's done. And I'll keep it there so that when I do the next one, I can use it again. Go gently over the paper because you don't want to tear it. Now, there it goes. And that came off so nicely. So I'm going to place it there. And now I'm going to look. Oh, that's cut nicely there. I might not use that bit, but that doesn't matter. I'm interested in this bit. So let's see if this is cut as it should. Oh. Because of the design, I don't know whether it cut it as it should cut it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to poke a few pieces through to see whether they did cut or not. And it looks like they have not cut properly. So what I'm going to do, put it back on, leave it there. I'm going to do a little shim, but I'm only going to do it where my cutting is. So you don't want to flatten that nice design we have. So let's try it again. Let's see whether passing it through, whether it would cut it properly. Now again, sometimes I leave that tape on before I even move it. Let's see how that's going to fare. It's flattened a little bit, but you know what? It took a lot out. But I'm going to put my foil on top, so it doesn't really matter that much. So let's quickly fold them through. And it's cut nicely. As you can see, I've got a lovely design there. Oh, and these are not cut. They're just embossed. So that's lovely. That turned out nice. Let's see how we're going to know these with the other bit. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see a piece of this, my foiling from yesterday. Decide which foil I'm going to use on this. I'm going to use a lighter color one. And you see these are a little bit narrower. So I'm going to use them on here. Okay? So what I'm going to do, let's have a look. I can either put it underneath and you get the foil, but I'm going to do it on top. So the first thing, I'm going to cut this a little bit straight. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Hold on. I know some of my ladies would really enjoy watching me doing these. They do tell me they like watching these. What I'm going to do is make that up there and see how I can, let's see, how I can place the foil, the die to go the same direction as it is on here. Okay, so I want to cut up at the top here. So let's just do one, just the cutting one, and I'm going to cut it in the same direction. Remember, I had it from one side to the next there. I had one notch to the other side. I do it like that. I needed to go with this one though. Hold on. If I do it with that one, that needs to go, let's do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. That needs to go somewhere there. If I did it there, I'm holding everything where it is. That needs to be somewhere there. I'm going to place it on there. I'm going to cut it. If it doesn't go right, don't worry. It's only a piece of waste foil that I foiled. So it's not really going to destash my stash, is it? So don't worry. If it goes wrong, you learn from it. And I always say, a lot of people say, oh, I've done it and I don't want to tear it. Just go with it. Enjoy it and see what you can come up with. Now let's have a look. That's been cut. That can be thrown away. That can come all off. Now, I don't want the white pieces. So what I'm going to do is cut that alongside there. Cut this alongside there. What I'm trying to achieve, let's see whether I did, is that, look. So my design goes round the same way as my design there. Okay, now I know I didn't have a bit there, but you know what? A couple of flowers will hide that and we'll be fine. So let's have a look and see what we're going to do with this one. I'm going to bring in one of my DL cards, and firstly, I'm going to place this somewhere like so. Okay, I'm going to stick that on there. Because it's white and it's light colors, that's why I chose the black. And I've got a lot of black card that I had for ages that I could use, and it gives it this little bit more design there. I'm going to place that, leave the same amount of white all the way around. And I'm going to stick that there. That's my first bit. Okay. My second bit is this one. Now, yes, I can do it in the middle, but I can also do it towards the edge like that. That's my design matches there. I'm going to stick that with a bit of you can put it right on the corner. You can put it a little bit down to have the black all the way around. That is entirely up to your good self. Let's have a look. And I'm going to place it. Let's see. Do I want it a little bit inwards? I could do it. So there will be the black going all the way around it. Now that's as narrow because it's a small plate. Since I bought that small plate, I now ordered a bigger one. Because I think if it was a little bit bigger, like something like that, that would have continued. But you know what? We can now put on some flowers or some design we might like. Let's see what we've got here. So I got two sizes of the same flowers. So let's see. I can have, three sizes, I think. So one can go there. That's all one size, is it? Oh, I got one with two on top. I'm going to place that one there. And you know what? That would do me nicely. I might do a small one in the same color again, top it up or top that one up. Let's have a look if I've got the same color ready. If not, I might. Oh, yes, I have. And that uses my stash because I had these done ages ago. I think before pandemic or during pandemic, when we had the lockdown, that's when I said spending days cutting, die cutting. So there you go, look. And I think that would look beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do with them is this one. I'm going to stick one there and place it somewhere like that. And then I'm going to take these. And what I want to hide is this edge. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter if it shows a little of the black, because that would mean it matches the edge going round. So I'm going to place the other one there. I want them in the same direction, and I want them a little like so. So that's going to be another card. Now, sentiment-wise, little thank you down at the bottom there. If you want, what you can also do is this. Take a piece of black card, which if you want to cut the same, or let's have a look. I'm going to try it. So I think it will bring that sentiment out. I'm going to use the same one here, like so. Yep. Let me just cut this. And see, if I don't like it, you know what? No harm done. It's only a piece of scrap from that black when I cut it earlier. That's still there. So I can now pick up. So I'm sure that some of my ladies who yesterday told me they really enjoyed watching the very long video on making all those foils, I'm sure they're going to enjoy watching what I've done with them now. I'm going to place that one there and then have, let's see how that would look. Have the thank you coming out from there. I'm not sure. Let's see. Smile. If that smile was not on, let me see. I'm not 100% happy with that. I could do a nice big, I can only do happy birthday at the moment because I can't find my thank you. On black. If I did that on black or friend or something, I'll show you something because it will teach you anyway. Ah, this would do, look. I can do this on a piece of black card saying just a note to say hello. And that would look nice on there. So what I'm going to do, let's foil it. I'm going to switch on my foil machine. And you know what? I can do it. Well, you can't do it on that. It's not flat. Let's get a piece of, I'm sure I had a piece of black left. If not, I'll do it on something else. That doesn't fit on there, does it? No. Let's find another piece of that black. Or what can we do? Let's have a quick think. Yes, I have another piece of that black. No, it's a magnet. I'll put a sentiment afterwards. I've got this that says just a note to say. And I think if I did that on a circular design or some even a straight piece, I think that would look really nice if I use the same kind of foil that I've got there. I'll have a look and finish the sentiment afterwards. So that's another card, card number 2. So far, we did I worry about these videos being too long for you, but then again, as my ladies usually tell me, if it's too long, we'll stop. We'll continue watching it on another time. So it depends on when they have. Some of my ladies, they say, oh, we wake up at night and say, oh, let's hear Susan go on about something she's doing. So it's entirely up to you. You can even move it on. I'm going to do another one, but this time I'm going to use two pieces, I think, in one card. What it was, I had that piece and I had that piece. Now my plate, my waist, I call it waist plate, the solid plate, is a little bit too small for my liking. I'd rather have it the same size as that, and I think you can then do more. However, saying that, there's nothing stopping me. Either use it the opposite way around, so I'll have a cut on that, and it sticks on top of that, or you can have it cut small and place it on top, so you've got an alignment there, and you can see the back one. We'll see what we're going to do with it. This time I'm going to do another 5x7, which I intend to use as a thank you card or a birthday card. I like thank you cards. Birthday cards, I do a bit more complex cards, to be honest. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to the side, to the lines where it should be, which is done. There it goes. And the other one about there. So I had a couple of pieces that were out, so I cut them. This one, I'm not going to cut it straight at the edge. I'm going to leave a little border, because if I do a border and I don't like it, I can then come in and I cut it. But if I don't put a border and I cut it off, I can't then say, you know what, if I had a border, that would have looked better. So I left a little border first. Okay, slightly bit more of here. There we go. But I switch that off because I'm not not doing any. That can go on top of there. And I think I like that border. Shall I have the border or shall I cut the border out? I think I like the border. I'm going to get that. I'm going to place that there. And I could even put it in the center. And I can have that one in the middle again. And then I have a big happy birthday die, foiled happy birthday, like so. And that can go. It's made from the same color. So I could either do it something like that. And that would be a nice little easy happy birthday card. I could put it towards the top and then have happy birthday down here. And I quite like that as well. Goodness me, I like them both. As an easy, simple card, I think they would look fantastic. And it's making use of my foiled pieces from yesterday. You don't really want to end up foiling and never do anything with them. You'll end up with loads. So that was on photo paper. I'm going to stick that down to here. I'm not going to do flowers or anything on this one. I'm going to leave it nice and simple because I think it has enough. So what I'm going to do is place that at the top there. I decided that that's the best place for it. Now this one, I'm going to put some foam pads on because I think with foam pads, it will give it a bit of dimension. I got some foil, some foam pads. think there's enough there. Notice how I haven't used the black border for this one, but that's great because then I can use that on another one and I'll make another card. So we started off thinking I'm going to make 6. I might end up making 8 cards. Now you can have it straight, you can have it at an angle. I'm going to have it straight. And again, this time I'm going to try to do it as much as possible in the center. I got it caught. Let's go up a little. And I think that would be nice there. And now that I've got them on, I need to do this. So again, this one I need some double-sided foam towards the bottom and a bit of glue towards the top. Why? Because that's already up. So we want it to stay flush with it. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of glue up here because you want it stuck on. You don't want it to come off, especially if you post it. Now I'm going to place this on top of there. And then I'll come down with my foam pads. There you go. And look how nice and easy that is. I can say easy because it was easy. How nice and easy that is. If you want a few diamonds on, you can. But you know what? With the design that I have there, I think it's quite a nice little card again. So that's the 3rd card we did. I'm going to do another one. I'm on a roll and I'm enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying watching too. Now, for my next one, again, I'm going to go for a long one. This time, I'm going to place this one there. I'm going to leave it, all of it. Okay? Let's start with that, sticking that on. Oh, and I already got something in mind. So I'm going to place that there. This is another quick and simple, easy card. Although I'm banned by my ladies to say easy, because when I tell them we're doing something easy, sometimes it ends up being really difficult. I'm going to take one of these. That's nice. That is absolutely gorgeous. One of my ladies actually ordered 2 by mistake, and she very, very nicely decided to send it to me. She said, Susan, you'll show us how to use them. I'm sending it to you. And I thought, that's lovely. So, thank you very much. You know who you are. I very much appreciate it. Please, if you're enjoying this, leave me a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. And also, please, please subscribe, because I intend to do a bit more of these videos. If I see people are watching, I'll do more and more. Now, this one, I'm going to firstly cut it a little bit more in a minute. I want it to be the same width as my design there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my cutting edges. Actually, I'm going to take one. I'm going to do it a plain cut, because if I do one, I'll explain. If I do one like that, whoa, there, one will end up with all those notches, and one will end up with none. But if I cut it with one of those, which is plain, in the middle there, they'll both work out the same. I'm going to place it there, put a bit of my press and seal to hold it there. I don't want a lot because I don't want a lot on the paper. That when I do it, it will get stuck and tear. Mind you, that's photo paper. It shouldn't do any harm. So let's go. I'm going to first cut that one. Just placing it there. Place my thing on top. Pass it once, and that's enough. Keep going. Don't need to pass twice. Now what I'm going to do with that, I've got two pieces. Or I should have two pieces. Now that's got stuck. Let's see. I hope it's not damaging my beautiful foiling there. No, it didn't. So there you go. That stays there for next one. And that's my two pieces. What I thought of doing is I put one at the top here. Okay. And I could put it right at the top because it's the same size as the card. So I can put it really nice right at the top. And one right at the bottom down there. And now all I need a thank you, and the thank you, because it's a little bit smaller than the happy birthday I used before, but it's light, so it will really come nice on that black. So let's find one of those thank yous and see how it looks. I can place it on there in the middle, saying thank you. And can you see another easy card made from the foiling that we did yesterday? And although the foil bit is small, it ended up being quite a nice design. Now these foils, if you want, if you enjoy coloring them in, so if you've got, like, I use Pro markers mainly, you can color them in if you wanted to. But you know what? For what I'm using them for, just to say thank you to someone, you can have hello. I think I've got a lovely hello die. So I tell you what, I'm not going to put thank you on. I might put, I don't know what I'm going to put on there, but I'm going to do a die rather than a stamped small one. I want something big, like that happy birthday. In fact, I just had an idea. Give me a second, ladies. Let's switch this on. I'm going to do a happy birthday in the same gold rose as this to match. And I think that would be very nice for some of my, for someone in my relatives. They love, I've got relatives who love simple cards. And they think they are so complicated because they can't do it themselves. They're not crafters. So they appreciate any cards I make. That goes there. I want something more beautiful there. I'm going to quickly do a happy birthday using the same foil I've used on there. So let's get some going. You know what? I'm going to cut it from a piece of white because I think it would look nice if I had the same foil. Let's see if it fits and whether we can do it. Let's get the foil out. This is the foil I was using. I'm going to cut a piece. And now I'm going to use my foil to do. It's easy. Don't say, oh, I can't be bothered. It takes me forever. It's the fun bit. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to place my foil. Now I saw somebody doing this, and I thought, well, you know what? That's okay. Now I've got a few scratches on that foil. Let's see if I can avoid the scratch. My fault because they're not there. I'll use it for something else because I don't want to scratch sentiment. And what I should do with these rolls, because they don't come in a box, what I should really do is just a piece of white paper. I'll show you. I think of things and I should do them. Piece of white paper, not thick paper, don't need to be thick. You place it like so, turn it round, and put it there. So when you put it in the box, it is not going to do anything to it. So I'm going to place that. Have I cut it big enough now? Yes. So I'm going to place it there. Now I saw somebody who took a piece of tape and actually taped that across. Like so, so it won't move. I don't think I need to do that, but you know what? I'm going to try and see whether it makes any difference. I don't think it does, but somebody did it. I'm going to try it because I'm always looking to see what others do. I'm going to place a piece there, like so. And then I'm going to place that. The nice side of your die touches the nice side of your foil. Okay? Two very tiny pieces. 1, 2. That's not going to harm anything. Okay? And I'm going to place it here. My machine is ready. Let's turn it around there. So that's ready. I'm going to open here. I need to get some hot tape, but for now, it's working all right. Now, that goes there. We count a minute, and then we'll pass it through my Big Shot. My desk was absolutely spotless before I started this morning. Look how many rubbish I've got on it now. But as soon as I finish, I've got a lesson this afternoon. Today is Thursday, so I'll be doing a scan and cut lesson. We might do some foiling and scan and cut lesson. I don't know yet. We do foiling on scan and cut using the foil foiling kit. We use the quills, that's the quill. So yeah, we do quite a nice few things as well. If anybody is ever interested in knowing anything about the lessons I do, please do contact me or leave me a message down below, and I will come back with some information about how I do things. It's ready. So I'll take it out. It's not going to move because it's all tape. I'm just going to go through. I will leave it on because I might do another one. Can't wait for some more thank you sentiments to come through, because they're the ones I use the most at the moment. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take my die off. I'll be careful because it could be hot, but it would be hot. Oh yes, it's done nicely. It only came up with it because I had the tape. So let's see what that lady did, whether it works with that tape. Don't know. But look at that. Ooh, I've got a slight underfoiling there. But you know what? It works. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to use it. Could be from the paper. Could be I needed a little shim. and it would have been perfect. But you know what? I'm going to use it on that card. And again, I'm going to put it there. Put a piece of my whole doll, and I'm going to cut it through. And then I finish the card I was showing you. What I might do is just stop at the number of cards we did. I think we did about 4, so that it won't be an extremely long video. And then I'll do some more with what I've got, and I'll do another video to show you me playing with what we already created. I think you would appreciate that more. I'm going to take that off, and that's going to go there. Look at that. My machine is still hot. You know what? I'm just going to do it again. It's got that little bit of underfoiling, and it's a nice card. Let's have a look. It's a nice card, but it's not nice if it's under foil. So what I'm going to do, let's turn this so it will go the way you can see it, if I can turn it around. That's how I'm seeing it. See if it's better. Sorry, I just realized I can do that. It would look better. So what I'm going to do is cut another one. Okay, it's not going to take me that long, and I'm going to do it from the same material as I did here, if I've got some in front of me. Let's see whether we've got any. That's likely not the same. Let's try it on this bit. See if I can get it better. So I'm going to place my die on here, straight there. Happy birthday. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, because at the end of the day, you're going to die cut it. So it does not make any difference, okay? I'm going to cut a piece of foil again. Now I bought this Spellbinders cutting platform for foil, but you know what? When I'm cutting a piece like that, I don't find it that difficult to cut myself if I go from top to bottom. And I like having put paper around it, because it will stay without marking my foil. So I'm going to place that on top of there. Let's cut a bit off. And I'm going to place it on there. Then I'm going to take this and again cut a bit off, place it on top of there, close it off, and I'll wait a minute. And it should all come better. So I'm going to do that before we finish, because you know what? It only takes a few minutes, couple of minutes. And I think if you start saying, oh, that's all right, that'll do, you'll end up with your work always, that will do. So if you want to have a bit of pride in your work, if it didn't come perfect, just rerun it. It's only a piece of scrap paper and a piece of foil. And I think that would be a lot nicer if I do it correctly. I'm going to get ready. I'll first pass it, then I will cut it, and we'll stick it on the card and see how that goes. While that's flashing, I need to be talking so you don't get bored. But that, I mean, I could do that and do the other one on top of it when I cut it to give it a little bit of a lift. And then that means I did not waste that one. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. We're ready. I'm going to pass it through here. Now that that's done, I leave it a couple of second. I'm going to switch this off because I'm ready with it. I'm going to finish this video shortly. And let's have a look. And now that is perfect. It's got a bit, whoa, that was only a bit of glue. Look at that. Now that's perfect. How beautiful is that? So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it again. If I had said, oh, you know what, you could leave it, I would have left it, but you know, it makes a difference. So I'm going to place that there. I'm going to put a piece of my, I keep losing these. And then I keep getting a bit out. I'm going to place that there so it doesn't move. Place that there, and we're going to go through. So let's have a look and see how that turned out. And that is absolutely gorgeous. Please, when you do this, always take the die off the paper, because I'm known to have gone like that into the bin, and there goes. So I'm going to stick this on top of that one using some glue. The reason for it gives it a lift. I mean, I could use, let's use some double-sided in between. I think it looks nice. That's for there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on top, only so that it can give me the move I would need. Oh, the move I'd need for getting them in the same place. Like so. You've got that little give. That's been done. And now I'm going to place a few on here. See, that came through because I had the tape going round at the back. So when I did the first one and I taped it to the back, you remember? The heat got it stuck to there as well. So now I'm going to take those off. Let's hope it's not too big for my card. Don't think it is, because we did try it on before. So that's done there. Woo! Then I'm going to place it. I've just got a bit of cleaning here to do. It's nothing to do with foiling. It's like something got stuck to it. So let's have a look at that and place it there. Now, even if I left it white at the back, but you know what? That black there gave it that little bit of a nice design. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So what have we done today in this longish video? I've done 4 cards. I had another one. What is it? It's here. So first I did that one, where we used the piece we had from yesterday. Then I did a long one like so, and I've got it. I just need either happy birthday or thank you, something a bit big on there. Then we did that happy birthday using the 2. So first I foiled yesterday the background. Then from what I was left with, I foiled the middle bit, which is good to have the small one because I could have that border around it. If it was a bigger plate, I would have had to cut it straight. And then last but not least, I've done this one with that beautiful peony dye that my friend has given me. I hope you enjoyed what I've shown you. If you did in YouTube, please do leave me a thumbs up. Do comment. I love to read your comments. And if anybody wants to know anything else about what I tend to do let me know and I will contact you directly. Thank you for watching and for being here with me. I've enjoyed showing you this. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Don't miss it. It's gonna be really good. It will take some inking, and I'm gonna do that next, and I'll put it on shortly afterwards. Bye for now.